Hi, my name is Jose Huereca. I go by male pronouns, and I'm from Aurora, Colorado.
My name is Kira Nolan. I go by the pronoun she, her, hers, and I go to the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley.
Hi, my name is Christopher Reza. I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Hi, I am Madeline Heiken. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I am from Aurora, Colorado, but I attend the University of Denver.
To me, sexism is treating one sex above or below another, essentially just making them unequal in any way, economically, socially, culturally, all that jazz.
I've always thought of it as a term that describes well, things that keep women from doing the same thing as men.
Sexism to me is always like putting one sex in front of the other, so like putting male in front of female, or like putting females in front of males, or just making one less valued.
Sexism to me is the idea that men are superior in basically all aspects of life, and that women have their certain realms in the world. However, there's no intersection in those realms between men and women.
That's unladylike.
And that's sexism.
In high school, I was involved in the STEM pathway, and it was very male dominated. I believe there were 4 girls out of 26 people in our class sophomore year, and I was sexualized within the classroom. The boys would openly flirt. One boy was constantly surprised that I performed well in the class, and he would make comments about that, and it was just an overall awful and uncomfortable environment, and I decided to leave it. And now I am involved in the arts, specifically theater and performing arts, and it's so interesting how there's such a shift in that, because there are so many more females or female identifying peoples within it, and it's just interesting to see how that impacts the overall feel and experience of that community.
I have experienced sexism, although it's nothing compared to others I was talking with someone else about how I had been struggling with the math concept, and the person told me it was because I was a girl and I would have a harder time understanding it, and I would be better at understanding other topics.
Not only in society, but I've also seen in like TV shows where um, you just the characters they make the men seem superior, and yet the women go and prove them wrong.
The thing of being a male in today's society, I would say just living up to the definition of what it is to be a male. And the only reason it's hard is because there isn't really a clear definition of what it is to be a male. There's general stereotypes, but there's not one clear, solid definition, and to have everyone live up to that, it's impossible, because not everybody's going to be the same.
I would say the most difficult thing about being a woman in the United States in particular is the fear of being raped. Like, my friends worry when I walk to my dorm from their dorm, like half a mile maybe, because they're scared something's gonna happen to me, specifically because I'm a woman. So essentially I have been designed to live my life in fear of like strange men, strange situations. I have to watch my drink, don't wear ponytails, all that stuff.
kind of like I said earlier, the general stereotypes, where men can't show emotion, where it's all you just put on one face for everything that you do, everything that you do, or every person you face, every situation you face. Basically, not like showing weakness like a girl would. Um, yeah. And in my life, I guess I grew up with it, living in a house. It's four boys, uh, two older brothers and a younger brother. I guess it's just always kind of that competition, and having two older brothers, um, kind of put that on me because, otherwise you're considered like weak or you're considered a girl. Like if I was to cry about something, you're crying like a girl, or, you know, or I wasn't doing something good enough to what they thought was like up to their standards. It was, oh, you hit like a girl, oh, you kick like a girl. And I guess growing up playing sports too, it's all in the same thing. If you don't perform in a good way, you get compared to girls as if it's a bad thing. So yeah, I think just with sports and family, I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, it does suck sometimes because sometimes a guy personally just needs someone to cry on or like to tell a feeling, but sometimes you don't even feel safe.
Like two sides to it. There's white toxic masculinity, which spawns from entitlement, and then I looked into like people of color and the differences in toxic masculinity for them. Essentially, just like white men are designed to go out on a limb because they always think they're going to end up on top. Like, oh, I have to be strong because nothing's going to happen to me anyway. Whereas there's more of a fear with people of color because they have been systematically disadvantaged and they don't really have the criminal justice system on their side. They don't know how anything they say can be taken. As a general thought, toxic masculinity is the expectation to be a certain way as a man, to be strong, capable, make a lot of money, not be afraid of violence, of going out on a limb, being spontaneous, not liking feminine things.
Start with maybe younger siblings, or any younger cousins, any young males that are younger than us in our lives. Just start kind of spreading the word. It's okay to show emotion. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have emotions because you're human. That's what makes us human, is emotions. And I think just kind of explaining to them that these stereotypes of being a male are wrong. Like, they don't help you in any way usually, except kind of build your character, and it's like a rock hard bully, I guess. But yeah, just maybe start with like the youth that we have now, and then maybe when we grow up to have our own kids, just really start explaining to them from a very young age, with some experiences they may have, just kind of be there for them when they feel like maybe friends are pressuring them to fall into these stereotypes, keep them from going down the same path that we did.
So I think the most crucial part about everything is acknowledgement and education. You have to acknowledge that other people are facing disadvantages where you may be more privileged, but that doesn't mean there's no, like, through way. And to educate, like, to think about and converse and understand and be empathetic towards other people's experiences around a multitude of people, whether it's systematically within the family, micro, macro level factors, whatever. It's all about also honesty and personal reflection. You have to be honest with yourself about what you're saying to other people, and how that can affect them and their identities. And then just like reflecting on how words are affecting you and why.
I feel like if we all come into some sort of agreement on why why things are the way they are, and how we could resolve it by like not thinking one is better than another, because in reality we are all the same.
Also need to start talking about rape culture and realizing that it's an actual thing and not just pushing it aside. I think universities need to start taking it seriously and showing that they care, because people keep getting away with it. They keep getting left off the hook. They keep getting left off the hook, and it's like, I just don't think the pain that they cause should, like, it needs justice. Like, we need justice. The justice system needs to realize that this is an actual issue, and that they need to stop praising white boys and letting them off the hook, even if they're an athlete for a school, even if they're an honor roll student. Sorry,